Hey, my name's Mike Thompson, and I am here tonight with a gentleman whose music has been described to me as if you wrote music from 100 years ago today, this is what it would sound like. His name is Corey Hall, and he is here on our stage tonight. It's Radio Cosmos Live. Roll that beautiful intro footage.
Satellite online.
Transmitting from the third move from the sun. You have tuned into Radio Cosmos.
All right, we are back in the Radio Cosmos Live studio right here on the beautiful campus of Gulf Coast State College. And I have the one and only unique guy, Mr. Corey Hall over. How you doing, Corey?
Hey, doing good. Beautiful day. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, we had you on the show a couple seasons ago, and since then you have been busy, busy, busy. You play a lot, you record a lot. And just your sound keeps, it's funny because I wouldn't say it's evolving, but it certainly is refining and becoming more and more unique to you, I think. How did you get into the style of music that you do, and what's the draw there for you?
When I was real young, my parents constantly had the old folk and blues and a little bit of everything played around me when I was real young. And when I was younger, coming out of high school and in high school and trying to find what I liked, I was playing different kinds of music. And then eventually I picked up an acoustic guitar and I started trying to write just my own songs, singing and playing. Well, they kept coming out like the old folk and blues, and I'm just like, oh, heck, well, I guess it comes full circle, and, since then I've kind of really honed in on that because, I really do enjoy it and I love it, so it's been great, and I've been trying to just make sure that these old sounds aren't forgotten, because the old styles of music are kind of fading, and we can't let that happen because that's history, so.
Yeah. No, and it's great, and you got another friend of the show over here, Matt Law, backing you up today.
Oh, Matt Law, yeah.
On his oversized boat guitar.
Man.
I saw Sting play one of them once, so it's got to be cool. Anyway, so you're playing a lot. You're touring around, doing like the festival circuit and stuff. There's like I don't want to call it underground, but it's not pop music. So we'll just call it underground. There's a lot of people that are really into Americana, folk, blues, like the old, I don't know, is it Delta blues or, the real stanky blues?
Country blues.
Country blues, there we go. How have you found tapping into that? And like I said, you seem to play around, not just in town, but you travel a lot too. Tell me about that scene.
Yeah, well, it was interesting because when I first started playing out, actually I have Matt Law to thank for kicking me in the butt and telling me that I could, do it and this stuff wanted to be heard. But when I first started, I tried to play anywhere and everywhere I could, but I realized very quickly that, there's places for it, and once I found those places, I realized, this could work. And I started honing into those and cultivating those and trying to find more places like that. Well, then I started getting into some of the Florida folk festivals and stuff, and man, that so much fun. There's so many people that have been coming to these things for 30, 40 years, and playing songs similar to what I play, and then I think there's been kind of like a gap of the ages. I don't know how to say it exactly, but it's like for the last 20 years, it's like no new blood has been coming in. So now it seems like it's kind of making a little bit of a resurgence. There's younger people coming in and playing the old sounds, and man, I'll tell you, it's a beautiful thing. But once I found those festivals and started honing into those communities, it was really grateful and very welcoming, and finding people that have been playing the kind of music that I've been trying to do. It was really beautiful. And then, the last year or two, about the last year, I started trying to tour and getting it out there, and trying to find the places. I've only been in Florida so far, other than a couple little trips here and there outside, but the main tours have been in Florida, and I've been finding the spots where it fits and making a little circuit around, and man, it's been so much fun.
That's got to be fun.
Oh yeah.
And a really savvy individual once told me that sometimes you got to make your own gig. You know what I mean? It's like you can't just go, well, I got to go find a club or a listening room or whatever where I can play. Sometimes you got to make it happen yourself. And I know there's the Monday Little Fest, and now there's like Psych Night. There's a lot of people that are kind of these groups that might not necessarily be able to carry a room by themselves, week to week. And I don't mean that disparagingly, just, I mean, it's just not that kind of, you don't get a bar, there's that kind of thing, are kind of banding together, and places like Mosey's and stuff like that are hosting them. And I know you're involved with Little Fest, right?
Yeah, I do Little Fest. I do once a month. I'm a host at Little Fest, and then I host Psych Night every month. That's for my other band. It's blues with guitar pedals, I call it. And then we've got the Roots at the Root series, and like you said, it's like I started these things because there wasn't a place.
Right.
There wasn't a place for this music all the time, so it was important to me to try to find a place to bring regional acts and make it a thing, so then now if you want to hear psychedelic music, you'll come to Psych Night at Mosey's on the third Friday of the month. Or if you want to hear American roots music in a listening room setting, you can come to Roots at the Root at Wild Root when we have those showcases, you know. And it's just trying to cultivate it because, in bigger cities, they have those scenes. Unfortunately, in Panama City, we don't quite have that yet, So
It's getting there, though.
That's
so
right.
I applaud your effort, though, because I know that I don't know how. I know you host them some. I don't know if you're actually putting them together, but I just always see your name attached to those things. So as a music lover in town, thank you for that effort. I know you're not just being completely altruistic because it gives you a place to play too. Don't get me wrong.
Right, yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, with rising tide floats all boats. So thank you for that. Well, let's hear some of your music. Lay a little on us.
All right, sounds good. This song, as I say, most of the best songs are written. Just came out of nowhere, hit me in the back of the head like a brick, and I don't think it's too deep or anything, but it's a little song I call Take Me Down, and this is highly inspired by the likes of Mississippi Hill Country and Delta Blues artist R.L. Burnside, so I hope you enjoy it.
Take me, I tell you now, take me, well, down, way down, down, way down, ha, 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 oh, yeah. Well, I asked that old judge, said, boy, what you gonna do to me? He said, well, Seth, here we're sending you, son, down, way down, down, way down, ha, 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 ha. Well, I looked over at my old lawyer, said, lawyer, are you gonna save me? didn't pay me enough, son. You're going down, way down, down, way down. Ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, ha ha. Oh, well, so I looked over at my old lady and said, girl, you gonna wait for me? Said it one thing you never done, boy, was go down, way down, down, way down. Ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, ha ha. Well, gonna tell my father, gonna tell my mother too, gonna tell my sister and brother I'm going down, way down, down, way down. Ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, ha ha ha. Well, now take me, oh Dalian, take me. I tell you now, take me. Well, down, way down, down, way down, down, way down, down, way down.
Woo-hoo! All right.
Take me down, darling.
Heck yeah, man. That's freaking great.
All right, yeah, that song's on the new album coming out, The Long Forgotten Blues. That was the first release. That's anywhere you can stream music already. And man, I'm really looking forward to this next album. I've been really excited. So, guess we'll do another one. This one is a Florida song, and I wrote this. I went to the Will McLean Festival for the first time. Will McLean Festival is a fantastic festival honoring the life of Will McLean, who was an amazing Florida folk musician, rising in the 50s and 60s, toured all over the country, huge inspiration to many musicians in Florida to get started of that time during the folk boom, and then he was absolutely fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go listen to his stuff, please do. Anyways, I was playing, and a friend of mine come up. Well, I had just met him. This is how we met. He comes up to me and he goes, you know, you mention Florida a lot in your songs, but he's like, but you don't have any Florida songs. He's like, we like Florida songs around here. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, you know, so I went home and I wrote a dang old Florida song. So, and this is it. This is called Florida Bound.
Will tell me St. John's River, well, do ya flow? St. John's River, tell me, well, do ya so long. Hey, good looking. Tell me where'd you learn that song? Right out in them orange fields. Yes, where I've been and gone. Yeah, don't ask me where that juice went though, Papa. I tell you, it's all been drank and gone. I think we all know what that means, don't we? Let's squeeze it on down, darling. Well, I'm from New Smyrna. Tell you that is my home. Up to Panama City, where them pine and palm trees grow. Well, I'm taking 10 westbound. I'm going right off that forgotten coast. But I left my heart on old A1A, baby. When it's where that sea breeze blows, blowing right on down that line. Hey, come south with me, baby. Well, tell me, St. John's River, where do we all go? St. John's River, tell me where do y'all flow? Yeah, I'm going northward. Yeah, it's just where I wanna go. Yeah, no matter which way I'm going, people, I tell you, Florida is my home. No matter which way I'm going, friend, I tell you, Florida is my home. Yes, it is. Ain't nothing gonna change that neither.
All right. You know, I have forgotten how percussive that style of playing is. I mean, there's so much rhythm in that. Especially Matt, you know, you're almost, you know, he's got the kick drum with his left foot on that box, and you're kind of hitting that string extra hard on the 2 and 4 to get the.
Always whacking it on the backbeat.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful.
It's a bass, it's a drum, it's a trombone or a tuba because you can get those.
Yeah, yeah.
And boy, I love playing with him too. You should have seen us the first time we played together. I'd played with a couple other bassists, which were fantastic in their own rights for sure. But this guy just got exactly what I wanted to do.
He lives it. I mean, that's
About 3 songs in, we were both going.
We're both looking at each other like.
Yeah, this is.
Well, it's there, man. It's you could tell you guys are synced. Like I said, that percussion part is really, and then the style of playing too, with kind of the boom, bam, and I'm not going to try to define your style of music to you, but just my observations here. So, you got a new album. Tell us about this new album.
New album coming out. We're looking at, as long as everything goes on schedule, we're looking at probably first or second week of May.
Oh, nice.
And actually, I'm going to be going on tour the first week of May as well to kind of try to get it out there. really excited. This is called The Long Forgotten Blues. And it's going to be, just what it says, Long Forgotten Blues. It's I'm really excited. Probably about, I think, 12 tracks is what we got on it. And my good friend at MZ Audio, Corey Joel, he's been recording it with me. And we're trying to keep it as, straight to the old sound as possible. One guy, one guitar, Robert Johnson sitting in the corner.
Recorded through a coffee can with a string tied to it.
Exactly. Yeah, we're trying our best to keep it to that, that sound. So I'm really excited about this one. So
yeah, I can't wait to hear the recording. I mean, these songs are fantastic.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, you want to do some more?
Yeah, let's switch up it a little bit here.
While he's switching, let's check out those feet he's got going on there. If you can get down there, he's got his own little rhythm section going on.
Man, I'll tell you what, it really does help me on those solo gigs. Oh
yeah.
Pull a lot of weight with this going on.
Can we get a little quick drum solo there? Yeah. There you go.
Let's see here. My good friend Frank Lindemood, he's a Florida folk legend. Good friend of mine. He plays the old time music like it's supposed to be played. Probably one of the last keepers of the old time tradition, real old time tradition. There's a lot of people out there playing it, but the people that lived it, and grew up playing it. He's probably one of the last of those folks out there. He gifted me this harmonica holder on my birthday the other day. So thanks, Frank. Let's see here if I can get it tightened up, though.
Where can people find you, see you, get your schedule, buy your music, all your .coms and all that stuff? Where can we learn more about Corey Hall?
Awesome. You can find me on my main website. That's www.coreyhallmusic.com. That'll have my full schedule. It'll have all my upcoming gigs and media if you want to look and watch and listen and stuff like that as well. You can also find me on Facebook, and that's Corey Hall Music. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Corey Hall Music. And right now, I've kind of kept it inclusive as far as buying the merch. I'm trying to find a way to integrate it onto my website. But it just sucks because so many people, they take such big cuts nowadays. So if you guys need some merch or you want to buy the album or buy the songs, you can buy it on Bandcamp, which is direct to the artist, except for like a very small fee. So I think that's the best place to do that. And other than that, I play around town pretty regularly. We do a gig with the band at House of Henry in downtown Panama City every second Friday. Unfortunately, we're not doing this Friday because of the St. Patrick's Day gig, but that's neither here nor there. Other than that, you can find me at Millie's, Bergen Barrel usually, and then quite a bit around the area, Tallahassee, Dothan, Pensacola, Apalachicola. But other than that, just check out the website and keep up to date up there. So.
Excellent, my man. Why don't you give us one for the road?
That sounds great.
Beautiful.
This last song is one I like to say I wrote with the soul of Woody Guthrie behind me, and I was highly inspired by Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger, and all the old folk music, Lead Belly and stuff like that growing up. My mom used to listen to a lot of that, and it's kind of like the old sound of folk before the folk boom in the 60s, so this is one, and this is called Talking About My Hometown. And this could be relation to anybody's hometown. I originally wrote it as a Florida song, but I decided that it was so relevant to so many people's hometowns changing over the years that I just left it open-ended for you to decipher about your own hometown. So, even though I grew up in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, I grew up here in Panama City. I'm from New Smyrna Beach, Florida. And this relates to both, so I hope you enjoy it.
Well, here I am standing around, you know, with my head up, I'm feeling down. I'm wondering just what happened to my old hometown. Yeah, the revenues, they are high, but then them locals all bum around. You know, I'm wondering just what happened to my old hometown. See, there's a neighborhood in this old town where them bosses stand on high. Yeah, they looking right and left for a little piece of property to buy. Keep the wages low as sand, and then them profits shoot sky high. Sitting on them riches until the day that we die. See, I came of age, I found a job, now I'm working 9 to 5. Working every single day for a single dollar and a dime. Well, time took its toll, now here I am, I'm broken old. Nothing to show for though, except the boss's brand new home. Yeah, well, now I ponder. You know, I am wondering if it is time. Maybe take that right and left and put them old ways behind. Or we be praising that mighty dollar till the day that we die. Maybe turn it down and start again with a new way in mind. A new way in mind. Maybe a new. Yeah, new.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this here episode of Radio Cosmos Live. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you so much, Mike. I really
Thank you,
appreciate
Bass Man. We appreciate that. Always a pleasure. We will see you guys next week with another show. Be good to each other, huh?